Our last speaker is Joe Wipple. Joe?
Well, I'll deal with it a little bit.
You're going to have to pick that mic, Joe, and really put it up close to
All right. Well, it's not like we haven't had a few differences of opinion in this. I think to a great extent, you also have to look at this, from our perspective and what our interests are, and what our long-term interests are in this area of the world, and how much we can impose ourselves on a country like Afghanistan. I would like to talk a little bit about what you call the threat, although that's I often think threat is a relative word. But the two things that you basically are trying to avoid is giving, extremists, Islamic extremists, or any kind of extremists, a safe haven to conduct attacks against the United States. I think this is what essentially happened with 9/11, and that there was a safe haven provided. There's a lot of these places now in the world, certainly now in Pakistan, in Yemen, Somalia, and there could be other places in the world as well. The question I ask myself is, can we go into every one of these types of countries and try and establish or impose or push a civil society? And I tend to be skeptical about our ability to do that. Finally, and a second point I'd like to make is what we really want to avoid very much is that one of these groups is able to obtain a weapon of mass destruction and use it against the United States or Western countries in general. I think this would cause a reaction, an overreaction perhaps, to the point of downright irrationality and so on. Right now, I think what is happening, what the administration is trying to do is a whole bunch of different things. They're using obviously a big covert action program in Pakistan. They're trying to use military. They're trying to get the various countries around Afghanistan to engage on this problem. India, Pakistan, Iran, even Iran, Saudi Arabia, to engage in trying to force some kind of agreement. They're trying to use measures to create more of a civil society and see if something comes out of this. It's very far away, and again, my view is, how much can we really impose? We've had an interesting event taking place in Kyrgyzstan the last 3 or 4 days. Again, a society that is almost in a pre-civil society status. You get involved in those things. How much can we get involved? How much can we really do? What is it really going to cost us? How are we going to be able to pay for this? How much of ourselves do we have to give up on this? We already have 2 countries that are going to leave in Afghanistan. One is Holland and the other is Canada, because a 10-year period, we've been unable to resolve it. Professor Barfield, of course, is right that there was not a significant troop levels or force levels in Afghanistan. We went to Iraq instead, but I think that there's just a point in time when this is going to be impossible to somehow or other try and control things that are impossible for us to control. But on the issues that I think are really important and that we cannot fail, if we fail, it'll be a failure in the sense that we couldn't do anything about it. It will be those 2, and that is to frustrate any other attacks on the United States originating in these type of places. And beyond that, also the issue of making sure that no weapon of mass destruction gets into the hands of extremists. I think that's what that is going to mean is international cooperation diplomatically among intelligence services, working together in every possible way to fend off this real threat, not so much necessarily just for all the damage it would do, and it could do enormous, extensive damage, but what it would do to our civil societies, which could result in a lot fewer freedoms for the individual citizen participant in these societies. So, okay, thank you.